Yeah. Okay. So, basically, where we are currently right now. So, if you notice that on our schedule already, have a sync race passed, so it means that this task should be already submitted. Ideally, both in RS app and the PR should be open. I received some of the questions regarding that they have some agreement with the mentors that due to good reason, they agreed to prolong the deadline by some days. What should I do? I don't see the submit link in RS app. So basically, the source of truth is your pull request. So it's enough to open the pull request in your private repository. But at the same time, if you see the submit button in the RS app, so please use it as well, since it's for your mentor's convenience. Instead of like looking for every GitHub repository, he'll simply open the dashboard and see all the home tasks that were submitted. Even though if you have prolonged the deadline with your mentors, so you can simply post the link to the pull request in advance. So you can just raise your PR, post the link, and then if you agreed to make changes prior to deadline, so basically you can do that and the link will not be changed. So yeah, because I received some of the questions, so I believe we already agreed on that. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the sync race task and it was interesting for you. At the same time, we move forward. So for this task, yeah, it's gonna be checked by mentors. So it means that starting from today, the mentors has at 2 weeks as the most to evaluate your task, to put the comments, and to evaluate it in terms of score and compliance with the task requirements. Uh, yeah, good. So we're finished with that, and the deadline has already passed, so please be aware of that. Um, at the same time, we're moving forward. There is a next task for you, which is also quite interesting. It is Core.js task. The key idea here is for you to practice in terms of writing functions using basic concepts from the core JavaScript and to solve a micro, let's say, micro katas. If we take the code words, yeah, that's not the code words, but it's kind of the same. So you have some sort of files. In these files, there are empty functions and the examples of what these functions should do. Um, yeah, and whenever you're ready with all the implementation, you can run your implementation against unit test. And uh, maybe you've already noticed that this task is going to be checked automatically. So it means that you're simply going to Autotask section, view details, and you're running your code against unit tests. And depending on the unit test results, you get the score. So it will not be checked by mentors. So this is going to be checked automatically. And you have like numerous of files with the key concepts from the core JavaScript. So that's will be useful for you to practice in terms of like the key concepts. I don't think we need to stop by this task too much because it doesn't have any functional requirements. The only requirement here is to get the maximum points you can by implementing the functions that are empty right now. So by implementing them and passing the unit test, you get the score. So I believe it's pretty simple. Yeah, alongside the core JS task, as usually we have some modules for self-education along with the REST test that needs to be passed. So the current week dedicates to the browser API and the test accordingly. Okay, so I believe there is nothing else to discuss here unless Anna, maybe you have something else to share with anyone.
Currently, no.
Mhm. Okay, so answering the questions, yeah. So basically, we were using to be prepared for the task questions. So, but I see that there is one that's left recently, so we can uh, look through that. Uh, so there is a stated in third stage of the course. I'll continue studies as the second place, but the top performing students who get opportunities. On which basis this top student is determined? So I'll answer one by one. So the students will determine by the position in the score table. Yeah, basically that's the main criteria, and also like it's it's could depend on some factors like your mentor's recommendation. For example, maybe some of them could highlight you as a top performing students. Why not? So, and how many students may have an opportunity to participate at least one technical interview for real projects? So, as we can say right now for sure, uh, you will have the final interview after the stage two, but it we were discussing it at the very beginning that we're not aware right now about the real demand on the people on the real projects. So that's why, and we don't even know about exact amount that we could propose. What only we can do is to ask all the locations where you are right now. We're asking how many people you're ready to propose. Yeah. Okay, so they're ready to take, let's say, 20 people. Well, so that's a preliminary number. I have no idea. And okay, we see that we have some amount of people in Poland, and we are proposing top 12 or top 20 people, let's say. So it mostly depends on the demand, which we're not aware about it. So that's why we cannot guarantee that we can propose uh, for sure the real project interview. It mostly depends on the demand, but at the same time, we'll do our best to propose the top performing students for the real projects. And for sure, at the end of the course, you will get a certificate, and most of the companies projects know about the rescue, and they know how sometimes hardcore project the students were implementing. So that's not a big problem actually to like to be proposed to the project interview. So I hope I covered it enough. In case if something else could be added here.
But small addition, we are going to organize interview in location we are posted. We were posted before. I mean, in the presentation, not in all location you are.
Yeah, that's quite important addition. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Well, I hope we more or less answered this question because this is not we're in charge of actually. But anyway, more or less we answered it. Okay, so let's jump into yours in case if something you need to discuss. So please go ahead on mute and ask me something.
Yeah, it wasn't my question, but I was. What is a project interview? I'm sorry.
The project
What?
interview is kind of the entrance interview. It's mostly technical. So the interview for real project looks like the following. So you introduce yourself, you tell something about your career path, your background, In your case, it could be that you completed the REST call, you're top performance student, let's say, and then the technical questions that are related to technologies that are used on their project, along with some practical tasks to evaluate your coding skill. It's in very, very brief. Guys, you can like highlight whether you need more understanding on the project interview. I believe that could be an interesting module for you. I don't quite remember whether we have in our schedule, but at the same time, if you're interested in interviews, tricks and trips, you want to know more, so perhaps we could organize. Why not? So you can vote. I'll post the message in Discord, so you could like vote if you want to see some webinar where I will go through the project interview tips, what you need to be prepared. But basically, you will like have a couple of interviews uh, in this course. So first of all, you're going to have the Core.js interview regarding the topics that were covered
Pavel,
during
week 21.
yeah
Stop.
so so at least you will have some practices in terms of the interview, but if you want to learn more, so perhaps we can organize. Is that's
Yes, yeah, I would be interested. Again, I don't know anything about it, so that's something new to me. But again, I do understand that a lot of students here are already working, so like I'll ask at least. I'll try.
okay? So
Guys, and be prepared that after the second interview, I mean interview after the stage 2, we will consider your mark. And if you get, for instance, 1-2 point, it's not enough to be invited to the interview to the company. So again, the student who get at least 7 points will have possibility to get interviewed to the company. And after that, based on the result of the interview in the company, you might be invited to the project interview. So before project interview, you will get at least 2 interview. It's a good possibility to know your, for instance, gaps or strengths, be well prepared or cover gaps and so on. So you shouldn't get that you will invited to the project interview instead of interview after stage 2 or instead of interview to the company. Pavel, you're muted.
yeah, I'm not talking actually. Yeah, but anyway, thanks for expanding the answers. Yeah, I hope that we covered everything you were curious on. Okay, is there anything else you wanted to ask, to discuss?
Obviously, yes. Hello. I do. Okay, so about dashboards, I actually got an experience today at night. That in dashboard you see your task being like written as missed if you didn't send a link through the dashboard.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
so, but at the same time, like I had pull request open. So is dashboard like more like should I be sending like in the first place in the dashboard and then already making pull requests when I'm ready?
Well, you are not able to post to the dashboard without making a pull request, obviously. You need to link to your
Oh,
pull
is
request.
it? I
Yeah.
thought that I'm just okay. I thought that there I will need to just send a link to the branch that we have our project on.
It's a link to your pull request. So, yeah, even though you've already, that's the question was already covered. So, if even though you haven't submitted via the dashboard, you have the pull request open, so your home task will be still evaluated. But at the same time, please do not forget to submit in dashboard, because it's convenience for your mentors instead of like looking for your repository among thousands of them. So
Yeah, I get that. Okay. Another question about our. So we had our first interview, and at least as I understood, there should be an evaluation of how it went for us, right? Some recommendations or something.
yes, it should.
I like at least I personally don't have it, or I don't know where to look for it.
Because you are not able to see that. So if you want to know more about your past interviews, so you need to contact your mentor to discuss your interview in terms of your strengths, your weaknesses, what should you pay attention more. So that should be discussed with your mentor. So you're not able to see the feedback.
Okay, so she told me that she is gonna write the feedback, and then I will know the results of it. So
So please tell your mentor that you don't have access to that result, and ask him to discuss it separately.
yes, okay, thank you. I'm done.
Yeah, as usual, thank you for all of your questions. So I believe that's you're a speaker from all the students, so you just it makes the impression that you just simply collected from all of them and just announce it. But okay, that's great. Okay, guys, is there anything else? Looks like no, so well, it basically means that we're done. No other questions, so thank you for your attention, and as usual, have a good week, and see ya next time.
Have a good week. Bye bye.
Have a good week. Bye.